What if you could integrate the 4 practices for presence into your everyday way of being?
And why would you want to do that, my dear?
Well, let's talk about what the 4 practices for presence are, and talk about what presence is, rather. So presence is about being in the moment. You hear that being in the moment, get present, be present, quiet your monkey mind. Those are all ways of describing a state of being aware.
And is this state the same for all natural numbers? We don't think it is. It's quite likely that some of the natural numbers, 6 for example, are really, really present, and that's one of the reasons why it is so exciting to be able to discuss how the rest of us can get to be as present as natural number 6 is, how to be able to respond and learn how to make the best out of our lives.
Right, because if you're not paying attention to what's happening right here, there are times when you don't need to, right? There's times when you're going to be out in the ethers, playing, examining, thinking. Where this trips us up is when we allow our mind to flip into what happens when to judge, into the judge.
Or any way that it takes us out of being in the moment. And I think many of the natural energies, whether they're judging or whether they're using their innate power to jump off to somewhere else. For example, if I'm sitting thinking, okay, this isn't going well, I'm going to move myself to somewhere else. I imagine myself being somewhere else. I'll start worrying about what's happening next. Anything to take me away from what's going on in the moment.
Right. So our 4 practices for presence. The first one we've talked about before, activating your observer. So activating your natural number. That brings you more into the moment. That's step 1. Step 2 is applying curiosity to what's happening around you. What's actually happening? Like, why are we a little disconnected this morning? What's going on for me? I'm tired from the weekend. So being curious about what's keeping me from being present.
Yeah, what is it that is distracting? Why are we not able to be in the moment? Because it's very hard to actually move forward unless you're actually here.
Very true. Whew. So the third practice is non-judgment. And what that means is not placing yourself above or below anyone or anything else. So anytime you notice comparison, or even sometimes just complimenting somebody else that places them above you. So it's about, is there that judgment of self in any comparison that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. And curiosity and judgment are very, very closely tied together, because if you start thinking, well, why is this happening? What's going on? Then it's like, well, if there's something going on, is it good? Is it bad? Are these guys doing a better job? Do I wish that was them? There's everything that we do is always, certainly for many of the natural numbers, in comparison. And the curiosity actually increases the ability for that comparison, which is awesome. Then, if you learn not to judge based on the results of that comparison, then you're
that
free.
Curiosity.
Yeah, comparison
Yes.
and free. Then you become free because you can have that information, you can know what's going on, but you're not directly affected to it. It's information. It's not going to trigger you.
Right, and so you have to keep going back to your observer. Oh, how am I responding? Being curious about it, and then noticing if you're judging.
Mm-hmm.
Then the fourth step is